Game 2 of the 1973 World Series. The National League champions, the New York Mets, versus the American League champions, the Oakland A's. It's going to be warmer today than yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. Temperature will probably be 80 degrees. We've had 5 gorgeous days of California October weather, and again, the bright sun here in the Oakland Coliseum. The crowd would look to be bigger today. I'm Kurt Gowdy, along with Monty Moore and Tony Kubek. Lots of complaining going on about this World Series before Game 2. The batters of both squads complaining they can't see the pitches as they come out of the white shirt bleacher fan. Also, the bright sky in left field, of course, is bothering some of the outfielders. The A's are complaining about their own hometown fans, saying they're not enthusiastic enough. And the Mets are complaining about their dumb bats yesterday when they hit those line drives and those hot shots right at somebody. The pitchers got away with mistakes yesterday because of the batter's inability to see very well at the plate, and we might have another low-scoring game today. We have 2 left-handers on the mound. Vida Blue will be going for Oakland, and Jerry Koosman, the hero of the Mets pitching staff in the 1969 World Series, is their man. Let's get over here now to Monty Moore, the broadcaster of the Oakland A's. Find out about Vida Blue. They say he hasn't still won a big one in his young career yet.
Well, Kurt, that's what is said, but actually he's won 20 games this year in comparison to 6 last year. He was a winning pitcher in an all-star game for the American League, the last all-star game the American League won. This ball club, the A's, is not hitting right now, and I'm sure the Met pitching has a lot to do with that. And as Dick Green said yesterday, I think, Kurt, he hit it right on the nose. Defense is going to be the difference in this series with this kind of pitching.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Oakland, Alameda County Coliseum for the second game of the 1973 World Series. Here are the official lineups. First, the New York Mets. Here's the manager of the New York Mets, number 8, Yogi Berra. Batting first and playing third base, number 11, Wayne Garrett. Batting second and playing second base, number 16, Felix Millan. Batting third and playing right field, number 4, Rusty Staub. Batting fourth and playing left field, number 21, Cleon Jones. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 28, John Milner. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 15, Jerry Brody. Batting seventh and playing center field, number 25, Don Hahn. Batting eighth and playing shortstop, number 3, Bud Harrelson. Batting ninth and pitching today, number 36, Jerry Koosman, who's warming up in the bullpen. And all for the defending world champion, Oakland A's. Here's the manager of the A's, Dick Williams. Batting first and playing shortstop, number 19, Campy Campaneris. Batting second and playing left field, number 26, Joe Rudy. Batting third and playing third base, number 6, the captain of the A's, Captain Sal Bando. Batting fourth and playing center field, number 9, Reggie Jackson. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 18, Gene Tennis. Batting sixth and playing right field, number 22, Jesus Alou. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 10, Ray Fosse. Batting eighth and playing second base, number 1, Dick Green. Batting ninth and pitching today, number 14, Vida Blue, warming up in the bullpen. And here are the coaches of the Oakland A's.
First time since 1963 that 4 left-handers have started in the first 2 contests. Sandy Koufax and Johnny Padre started for the Dodgers in the first 2 games of the '63 World Series. Whitey Ford and Al Downing for the Yankees. Right-handers will be going Tuesday night at Shea Stadium. Tom Seaver for the Mets and Jim Catfish Hunter for the Oakland A's. Tony, let's analyze Vida Blues.
Well, we saw him in that American League Championship Series against Baltimore. He gave a strong 6 innings. And, Monty, I know he had the kind of fastball he's had many times late in this year. He was outside and down, had good velocity at times, and all of a sudden he tried to go to his breaking ball and slider, and he got hurt by the Etchebarren home run. But he's become a pitcher.
Yes, he has. He's throwing a pitch this year that he himself calls a slurve. It's right between a slider and a curve.
And the slurve?
Yeah, and Vida said it's a slurve.
All right, we're going now to Game 2. Wayne Garrett stepping in for the New York Mets and stepping in here for NBC to handle the play-by-play. The outstanding broadcaster of the Oakland A's, Mr. Monty Moore.
Thank you very much, Kurt, and hi again, everybody. Wayne Garrett, .256 hitter for the year. His brother Adrian played with the Oakland A's very shortly a year or so back. Vida Blue starts him off and misses low and outside, ball 1.
Now, Monty, the Mets are waiting for this man to break out. He was their hottest hitter in September, but he hasn't hit in the playoffs in the first game of the series.
There's the Blue Blazer as Vida came back inside on him. He started him off low and away. Vida threw it right by him, strike 3. Here's the second baseman of the New York Mets, Felix Millan, and what a year he had. .290 batting average.
Notice one thing, Monty, in this ballgame. Joe Rudy in left field is playing a little bit deeper today off Felix Millan.
Strike! Called it, nailed the outside corner. Millan doesn't believe it, but he's gone.
He hits left-handers as well as he does right-handers.
Boy, he just threw that ball right by him, and this was going to be the interesting thing to me, Kurt, to see if Vida would challenge him inside here today because of that sore shoulder. He went right after him right then. Two balls, 1 strike to Rusty. Foul, tipped it. See where Fosse puts his hand. He put it over on the left leg. He wants it outside. Over the mound, Campaneris got a tough play, but he made it. And the Mets are out in the first inning. The score, the New York Mets nothing, the Oakland A's coming to bat. 1 strike to count. National League umpire Augie Donatelli behind the plate. And the Oakland A's are wearing a white uniform today. They call it their polar bear white, and they only wear them on Sunday. They have 3 uniforms. Bud Harrelson had a busy day yesterday. Gets Campaneris. 1 out. Here's Joe Rudy, who drove in Oakland's winning run yesterday. For the season, Joe hit .270, and most of that was after the All-Star break. Solid 300 hitter last year. Really had his troubles this year. There's the changeup by Koosman, and he's high with it. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Fly ball to left field, hit pretty well, and it is lost in the sunshine.
There's that Sunfield again. That ball landed at the base of the fence. Should have been caught. Leon Jones lost the ball in a murderous Sunfield here in left field.
Jones completely losing the ball. He misjudged it at first. He went all the way back to the wall bracing. He thought it was hit more deeply than it really was. He did it in yesterday's ball game, but did make a catch at the last. There you saw him flare away from the ball with that sun flickering off his glasses.
Here's Sal Bando, the A's captain who drove in 98 runs this season. Drive right center field. There's nobody out there. It goes by high. Rudy scored. Bando going to third. He's said this crowd wasn't enthusiastic, but if they were listening right now, they couldn't hear anything within 10 miles of here except this. Trailing 1-0 in the first inning. Reggie Jackson, who led the league in RBIs with 117 and homers with 32. He also led the American League in runs scored and had a good average of 293, and 12 of Reggie's 32 home runs were hit off left-hand pitching. Strike call, it's 1-1. And the Mets show that they really feel this is going to be a low-scoring game. When they bring the infield in against Jackson, they don't want to give up any runs. Reggie foul-tipped the ball and is still alive at a ball and 2 strikes, and the ball came back and hit Grody somewhere.
Let's look at it again. A ball that Koosman tried to sink in on the fists, I believe, of Reggie Jackson. He just topped it. Ow, right in the protective cup.
He struck him out with a high hard one to the inside. Baltimore pitched Jackson up there a lot in the series. There was a big out because now it'll take a hit or an error, a wild pitch or something like that, but basically a hit to get that runner in from third base, whereas Jackson could have done it with a fly ball. Gene Tennis comes up now for Oakland. He hit 24 home runs this year. Missed inside. Looks like he threw a slider then on 3-2. That brings up Jesus Alou. Picked up on the same day in August as Vic Davalillo was from National League clubs by A's owner Charlie Finley to shore up a bench, and those two men have been of immeasurable help. As you can see, Alou has hit well for Oakland, 306. And he had big hits in the Baltimore series just completed. Felipe Alou was the first of the Alou brothers to play with Oakland. He was here 2 years ago, and then last year Matty, and this year Jesus. Base hit down into the corner, and Bando scores. Gene Tennis rounding third, and he's going to be stopped. It is 2-0 Oakland. Jesus Alou ripped one right inside the bag.
What we've seen him in the playoffs yesterday and today, he is really swinging a groove bat right now. He's hot.
The Mets are not playing the batters percentage here necessarily because the hitters, as you look at the bases, which are full of Oakland A's, the 2 hitters, Fossey and Green, have about the same averages in RBIs. They just want to try to have a force play anywhere. Struck him out on a good hummer, up and in. And the Oakland A's scored 2 runs in the first inning on 3 hits and leave 3 on to score 2-0 Oakland. Here's Cleon Jones. And he hits the ball deep to right field. Jesus Alou is back, and he can't get it. That was right out of here. Cleon Jones hit one right down the line in right field with good power on it, and it's a 2-1 ball game. Fastball to the outside, and all A's scouting reports have talked about his power the opposite way.
Jones is going to be a problem for the A's, evidently. Yesterday, he had a double and a single.
Here's John Milner. Ground ball hit sharply to Dick Green. And there's one away. Tried to hit him right on the fist, broke a bat. Gene Tennis will take it himself. So it's after Jones homer, 3 in a row go up and down, and the score is the Oakland A's 2, the New York Mets 1. Campaneris bunts for base hits once in a while, and ordinarily it's the first base side when he does. He had a good cut at that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Drive in a right center field. Rusty Staub is not going to be able to get to it. Watch Campaneris go. He can really motor. He's already around second. And he's in at third base, standing up with a triple.
And you may have noticed on the play that Rusty Staub gave way to his center fielder, Don Hahn, to make the long throw to the cutoff man. Watch Burt again on this replay on the triple to right center field, and watch him cut the bases. looking over his shoulder, not relying on a coach at all. That's what the great base runners do. They need no help.
Base hit right up the middle, and that's with the infield drawn in. A base hit, it would not have been otherwise. And the A's now have a chance to do some more damage. It is 3-1 Oakland on Joe Rudy's second base hit of the day.
There's an old saying in baseball, when you draw the infield in.
Gary Koosman just wraps a hard slider around Sal Bando at the knees, and the A's get 1 run in the second inning on 2 hits. Nobody left to score. 3-1 Oakland. Whether they would pinch hit for Koosman here might depend upon what Harrelson does. Strike 3 called. Vida hit the outside corner with a fastball.
Monty Kurt, before the ballgame, we talked to A's catcher Ray Fosse, talking about the pitching style of Vida Blue. Let's listen.
Tony, Vida is a fastball pitcher. He's come up with a good breaking ball to go along with his fastball and changeup. So you can look mainly just to see the good smoke, the good fastball, and hopefully he can keep the ball down.
Bando cuts in front of Campaneris with a lot of time. He throws him out. So Wes Stock, the A's pitching coach, got him to increase the tempo a little bit. There's a long drive to right field. That was a hanging breaking ball, and it is way out of here. Garrett puts a run up on the board for the Mets with a long home run.
And Garrett finally broke out of it. He hit 16 home runs during the season. He's a real threat for an infielder. That's his first homer in the playoffs of World Series, and just his second RBI.
Let's watch Garrett swing once again. He appears to have opened up his stance a little bit more today than yesterday. That right foot off the ground timing the pitch, and he sure did hang it inside about belt high.
Bando right near the bag at third. Goes to tennis, and that's all for the Mets here in the third. They got another run. And in the middle of the third inning, the score is the Oakland A's 3, the New York Mets 2.
There's been a statement released to the press here. Charlie Finley, the owner of the A's, and the commissioner of baseball, Bowie Kuhn, were in a dispute over the eligibility of the A's squad. They're playing this World Series, that strike two, for 24 men. They had a big argument, and evidently Finley has written, or the commissioner has written a letter to Charlie Finley saying that after the World Series, disciplinary action will be taken. Commissioner Kuhn sided with the Mets on the eligibility of a 25th man. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The A's argued over a rain out here last Monday. That Joe Cronin called the game too early. It rained all afternoon. That's strike 3 on the fastball. Stop is out. And Charlie Finley, by the way, if you don't know it, we've announced it several times, is recovering from a heart attack. He's the man with a green jacket. He's not naturally as active as he was last year. He was a one-man show here, put on a great show with his rooting contingent, but he's fortunate to be here in the health he is and making his way around. Jones has played to the opposite field and deep. He has power to right. And Vida Blue lost him. That's the second walk given up by Blue. That puts Cleon Jones at first. 1 out. John Miller up is grounded out, flied out. And we're going to have action again in the Oakland bullpen. Darrell Knowles, the little left-hander. Horacio Pena, the right-hander. There's a fly ball in the right center. That ball dropping in for a base hit. Coming on to third is Jones. He's in, and the Mets have runners on first and third, 1 out. Vida Blue gets a hand as it goes out, and the right-hander, Horacio Pena, comes on. And while we have the change of pitchers here, we'll tell you the score is Oakland 3 and New York 2. The A's are ahead 3-2. The Mets are threatening now. And he's hit by a pitch ball to load the bases. Brody's hit on the left arm.
He was hit earlier this year on the hand and had a fracture.
Bases loaded. The A's bring the infield in. One out for the Mets. Hahn is grounded out, line to right. Hahn hits a little roller. This will be a tough play. They can't make it. The game's tied. Bando couldn't get to it. Pena ran right by the ball. And it's a tie game. This is Jones.
Let's look at it again. A little topper. Pena was pitching from the stretch. Bando had just one chance to barehand it.
Ball, 1 strike 1 to Bud Harrelson. Harrelson has played shallow in that outfield and over to left. Joe Rudy is really crowding that left field line. Harry Parker, the Met pitcher, on deck. We'll see what Harrelson does. That probably will dictate Berra's decision. And he's got a base hit into right field. Coming in to score is Milner. Rudy is held at third. And the Mets take the lead for the first time, 4-3. Harrelson spikes the single to right, scoring Milner. Both those runs are charged to Vida Blue. And the Mets still have the bases loaded. And now Harry Parker is being called back. The bases are loaded, 1 out. The Mets have scored 2 runs, and they have the lead. Now watch for some kind of trickery here on a pickoff somewhere. There's a foul ball back. The A's like to pull trick plays. They could put a count on with Tennis sneaking in behind at first base, or the count and Knowles whirling and trying to pick off at second. Maybe they won't do it, but you have to be alert.
The Mets have 2 different coaches have warned Hahn at second base. They've had a scout following the A's, D. Fondy, for about a month and a half, and he's seen it.
Knowles came in yesterday. There's a bouncing ball to the box. Threw it away! He threw it away! 1 run is in, and another run scores. He had the double play. He lost his footing. He let the ball go without the proper footing or balance and threw it away. A perfect double play ball to him.
Curtis, the excitement of World Series play. Knowles trying to make the play quicker than he had to. He had a sure, easy double play home to first base. His cleats got tangled up. He toppled over and threw it wildly.
And the Mets have come up with 4 runs in the 6th inning. Here it is.
Look at it again. Hot smash off the bat of Jim beats him right to Knowles. Fosse will get ready for the play at the plate. There he goes, losing his footing, tripping, throwing wildly.
2-2. Bases loaded. And he hits a fly ball into right center. Over for it, and making the grab is Reggie Jackson to retire the side. 4 runs in, though, and the Mets lead now 6-3. John Odom will warm up again in the A's bullpen. Oh, hit God. There goes his helmet. He's hit on the head to the back of the neck.
You may see it again on the replay. That's Joe Romo, the A's trainer. It appeared that the ball hit the helmet. The helmet had not yet fallen off Bert's head.
How many times have you and I seen players saved from serious injury by the batting helmets now?
I couldn't count them, Curtis. I know Monty has too many times. He appears to be shook up. Williams wants to make sure. No ball, 2 strike count. Bert trying to get his left arm in the way of his head. And Monty, I don't know for sure, but I think that helmet had flipped off his head and caught him a grazing blow on the side. Here's the pitch, a fastball from McGraw. He throws inside on occasion, right off the top of the helmet, fortunately.
It hit his helmet. Two balls, 2 strikes. Campaneris going. He steals third. Campaneris stole third. Bando was called out as Campaneris stole third. Campaneris stole 3 bases in the playoffs against Baltimore and 2 now in the World Series against the Mets. Jackson, 1 out of 3. 2 out, runners on first and third, and the A's are trailing by 3. And he hits it in the right center. Campanera scores. Rudy's going to third. And headlong in the second is Jackson. Final score, the Minnesota Vikings had a struggle. They edged the 49ers today 17-13. Minnesota still undefeated. Mike Andrews has gone to second base. And the Rams are still undefeated. They won their fifth in a row. They beat Dallas 37-31. Rusty Staub in the ninth inning fouls it back, and the San Diego Chargers so far upsetting the Oakland Raiders 10-6 in the third period. Staub has a base hit to center. He's recovering. Willie Mays has gone in a run at first base for Staub. Mays at first, 42 years old as a pinch runner. Received a standing ovation yesterday when he was introduced. Said today he really appreciated it from the Oakland fans, American League fans, across the bay. Jones has been on 3 times. His tennis holding against Mays. Jones has homered, single, walked, and grounded out. He's had 4 hits in 2 games of this series. A pop-up by Cleon Jones. Backpedaling is Gene Tennis. The foul ball, and he has it, and there's 1 out. You Oakland fans looking to the last of the ninth. Odom, the pitcher, scheduled to lead off. Then to the top of the order, Campaneris and Rudy. There's a bounding ball out to Campaneris. He makes the play to first to retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. Last of the ninth coming up, 6-4 New York. And now the pitcher McGraw's working out of the sunshine into the shadows of the batter, which is disconcerting for a hitter. A strike for the fastball. Tug McGraw working on his 4th inning. He's allowed 1 run in 3 innings of relief today. There's a smash in the left center. Willie Mays over, and it gets by him. He lost his footing again. Darren Johnson's in the second. Willie Mays stumbling again as he did on the bases. He can't seem to get his coordination together today with his feet.
Boy, Kurt, this is the thing that I think all sports fans in all areas hate to see, is a great one playing in his last years having this kind of trouble, standing up and falling down, that kind of thing. We'll have a pinch runner now. The Panamanian Express, Alan Lewis, goes in to run for Darren Johnson.
I think the sun bothered Willie. 10 years ago, he would have put that ball in his hip pocket.
Underhanded.
With blindfolds on him.
Right.
And a handkerchief. So Darren Johnson, they have scored a double for Darren Johnson. He's replaced by Alan Lewis. Now Barrett has to be worried. He's at the top of the order up, and the batter Campaneris is the tying run. Alan Lewis, a pinch runner at second. Campaneris looks at ball 1. 3-2 delivery. Took him out. A high pitch, and he got away with it. So Tuck McGraw has struck out his 4th batter in 3 1/3 innings of relief.
You can see, Kurt, how hard it is to walk Campaneris. This looked like ball 4, possibly. Well, it might not have been all that high either. You can't tell from this angle, but from up here looking down on it, it looked as if he might have swung at ball 4. With 2 strikes, he didn't want to take any chances on what would happen. I think the big surprise to me in McGraw's pitching and a lot of the A's is the big strikes he's getting on his fastball, Kurt.
Well, he put him down in order in the 6th. He had troubles in the 7th. He hit a batter, walked the man, had a double, and he came right back in the 8th to retire the side. Darren Johnson led off the 9th with a double, but he struck out Campaneris. Joe Rudy's up. Rudy's double and single in 3 official trips. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, good stuff helps too. He hits it to third. Dropped by Garrett. Up. He still has time, and he's got him. Garrett kept his presence. He was looking to second to see what Lewis was going to do. Knocked it down. Kept his cool and still made the play.
He's right on that foul line, too, Kurt. There's a ball that might have been tough for him if he's off the line. He just took his eyes off the ball, you could see, to see what Lewis was going to do. But he had it in front of him. It was no tough play at all.
All right, the A's are down to their last out. Dick Williams doesn't like it. Sal Bando has tripled in 4 times. Three-two pitch. All 4, and the A's have the tying runs on. Reggie Jackson up. The tying runs on for the A's. 2 down, last of the 9th inning. Breaking delivery over for a strike. Charlie Finley. Jackson 2 out of 4. Hitless yesterday. And remember, he has real power. 32 homers this year. We haven't seen that power in the playoffs of the World Series yet. 1 strike. He hits a ground ball in the right field. Lewis is scoring. Over to third is Bando. And it's now 6-5, New York. And the A's have the tying run at third, the winning run at first, as Jackson delivers his 3rd hit in a row.
Now, if you're Gene Tennis, what are you going to be guessing here?
Well, I know Tennis was the hero of the series last year. This year, the Mets have checked him. He walked twice, hit into a double play, and struck out today. And he hits it into left field. The A's have tied the game. The A's tie it up and have a chance to win it now. Tennis drilled a hard line drive. And look at those banners going behind the A's dugout. And the crowd on its feet roaring here in the Oakland Coliseum. Said they didn't make much noise here in Oakland. All right, Jesus Aluza. Alou to the box. We're going to extra innings. Alou bounces out on the first pitch. The A's tied it in the 9th. They had 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors. They left 2. At the end of 9, a game 6-6. No series game has gone more than 10 innings since the Dodgers beat the Yankees 6-5 in 11 innings in 1952. Up on the A's scoreboard, they have a sign, "Go get him, Raleigh." There's a shot by Campaneris in the center field. Bud Harrelson's on to start the 10th. Just to the left of Campy. Now McGraw is coming out. Doug McGraw. Bando will be ready to come in on him. He's already creeping in. Goes Tennis. It's pushed to the box. Fingers throws to second. Safe. Back to first. Out. But Harrelson safe at second. And the Mets now have the go-ahead run at second base. Fingers gambled. And he was late at second base.
Here comes Bando in, but they bunt the ball away from Bando. Fingers picked it up. Made a good throw. Just out of our picture where Campaneris' foot was on that angle, but you can see that his relay to first did.
Game tied 6-6 in the top of the 10th. Bud Harrelson to second, 1 down. Downing ball to first base. Bad hop. Tennis flips the Fingers. Safe. Fingers off the bag. Fingers was not on the bag. The ball nearly hopped over Tennis's head on a bad hop. Fingers came over on a high throw. His feet were not on the bag.
Here it is again. You'll see it take a terrible hop over Gene Tennis, and he made a fine play just getting to it. Well, looks like it might have hit the bag.
Might have hit the front of the bag.
Fine play by Tennis right here, but now he's got to toss it to Fingers. And his foot is off the bag as he went up to catch it.
I'd like to see the finish of that. This is a 2-1 pitch coming up. It's a high fly into left field. Not too deep. Rudy's there. Tagging is Harrelson. Will he gamble? He's coming. Here's the throw. And he is out at home plate. He's out. Willie Mays. Rushing up. Yogi Berra arguing. The Mets have gone wild on the double play. Joe Rudy throws out Bud Harrelson. Willie Mays arguing. Here it is, Monty.
Here it is. Harrelson was going to go all the way. The throw from Rudy, who is a fine thrower, got to Fosse. The question is, did Fosse tag him? He's got it in plenty of time to tag him. He might have missed him right there. You can't tell with this angle, but he definitely had a shot at him.
Let's look at this angle now. Rudy lets it go. A great throw by Rudy. Coming in. Fosse has it now, reaches for it, but it appears that he missed it.
Hey, look at the position of the umpire here, Kurt. He's lying down on the ground. Look at this. He really wants to get a look at it.
Look at Willie Mays saying no.
Mets look to break the deadlock in the 10th against Raleigh Fingers, with Bud Harrelson on third, one down, and Felix Millan the batter.
You missed the damn thing.
You can't kick me out for your hat.
You know you did. When you expected him to slide. It's a damn joke.
Come up, straight up with the glove.
And where did he touch you? Where did he touch you?
Now let's go.
Where did he touch you?
Right here on the...
Here comes a replay in slow motion with stop action frames, and you can make your own call. Not even elder statesman Mays can change the verdict.
Here's Bud Harrelson coming in on a fly ball to shallow left. Rudy's making his throw now to the plate to Fosse. And it appears to us on this rerun that he is not tagged. Fosse reaching out on that rerun from that angle definitely looked like he missed it. 50,000 fans today and a beautiful sunshiny day. Watch the high fly. The Mays out in center field. Willie's coming on. And he has it. I think he lost the ball in the sun at first. He's out. 1, 2, 3, they go down. We're going to the 11th inning with a score 6-6.
Harrelson doubles, and McGraw's sacrifice attempt pops over the head of hard-charging Sal Bando, and the Mets have runners on first and third. Raleigh Fingers recovers to get 2 outs, and it's all up to Willie Mays. The final hit of Willie's fabulous career breaks the tie, and the Mets lead 7-6. Paul Lindblad looks for the third out with John Milner at the plate. As Milner's bouncer goes through the legs of second baseman Mike Andrews, McGraw and Mays come home, and the Mets now have a 3-run advantage. The strange saga of Mike Andrews is just beginning. Jerry Grody is ruled safe on this play with another error charged to Andrews for a wide throw pulling Tennis off first. Late afternoon shadows mixed with sunshine combine to hide yet another fly ball. Mays can't locate it, and it's a leadoff triple for Reggie Jackson. McGraw departs in favor of George Stone. Stone becomes the 11th pitcher of the day, tying a World Series record. Stone finally settles the issue after Jesus Alou singles Jackson home, and the Mets escape with a wild and woolly 10-7 victory accomplished in a mere 4 hours and 13 minutes. It's a new series marathon mark, and just about the same amount of time it takes to fly cross-country from the Bay Area to the glittering lights of New York City.